How did one man from Brunswick, Georgia go from almost becoming a preacher to becoming the first black CEO of the nation's largest mentoring program?
So this answer may surprise you out there, folks, and so might the number of children waiting for the same opportunities.
Hope Ford explains in tonight's Voices for Equality.
Children's lives can change when they have mentors around them. I'm pretty sure there's a catchier way to say that.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Right, thanks. Oh, and by the way, this is Artis Stevens, the first black CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. But Artis, that's not always something you thought you would do.
Becoming CEO of your organization? No.
Now, way back when, life looked like it would go a different way. But that village, it came in handy.
My dad was a preacher. My granddad was a preacher. I remember asking him one day, did I need to be a preacher like him? And I always remember him saying to me that everyone has their ministry in this world.
Finding the mission meant listening when a name called.
It was Ahmaud Arbery. It was the name Ahmaud Arbery because I was from Brunswick, Georgia. What happened to Ahmaud Arbery was something that we've all experienced, and particularly being an African-American man, knowing the experiences of challenge and inequities and facing some of those pressures. And that's when I sort of stepped back and I sort of started to think and talk with family and friends. Was I doing enough?
So what does doing enough look like?
When you create the idea of a positive relationship between a positive adult and a young person, it creates a door and a pathway for young people to see themselves in roles, to see themselves in terms of taking steps and leaps, to have that nudge and the positive resilience that they need to achieve their potential in life.
May not be a preacher, but he's delivering the message that kids with mentors have higher self-esteem, increased graduation rates, and lower chances of drug and alcohol addiction. But Big Brothers Big Sisters of America needs more mentors and really more men.
Right now, nationally, we got 30,000 young people that are on our waiting list. 30,000. And of that 30,000, most of those kids are boys.
Boys who may never see outside their own neighborhoods or experiences. For perspective, 71% of the young people the organization serves come from communities of color. 60% have one parent, 55% live in poverty, and 25% have a parent either on parole or in prison.
Now, in no way do those numbers define who they are, but they need examples, they need access, they need people that help point them in the direction, and sometimes to give them the nudge to say, you can do this.
The same way his dad did for him.
My dad passed away unexpectedly my first week of the job. He said, one, I'm proud of you, and he said, two, you are doing just as much of a ministry as I ever done.
And because he had people along the way when he was younger to help him, actually, you know what, Artis, take over. You said it best.
I didn't get here alone. I got here because of the village.
Man, everybody has their own ministry in their own way to try to make an impact in the community.
Certainly do.
And you don't have to be standing behind a podium or a pulpit to have that ministry. You can do it in many different ways. Good for him.
And it's a very sobering statistic. So if you are interested, there are ways for you to get involved and give back to your community.